Welcome to another Listcussion right here at Eligible Monster. Every Friday, we bring you one of these lists. Today, we're going to look at 8 gritty reworks of video game characters that fell flat. Another list from What Culture. If you're wondering what this series is, we find various topics online or we find lists online and we just go through them and chat with you guys and get our reactions to what they put on their list. This particular one by What Culture was written on February 12th, 2020. Wow, I got all new ones today.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like you just probably picked the first.
So I already went through this list to give a heads up to make sure we would know what we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I know about a lot of these characters. I don't think you know about them all, so I'm going to explain some of these a little bit better.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
And I agree actually with this list. I do. Because a lot of these were just, why did you do that to the character?
I mean, I would think that you already went through it and you were like, oh, this is going to be a good idea.
Right. No, that's...
You're not winging it, right?
I'm not winging it at all. If I was winging it, we'd go to every Mortal Kombat movie character confirmed. Let's click that.
That could actually be a good one too. Never mind.
All right, so I don't think you've ever played the Jak and Jak 2 series, right?
Don't think so, no.
Okay, so Jak was at the time, so early era, this is number 8 on the list.
Oh, it's Jak and Dexter.
Jak and Dexter, right. So early era PlayStation tried to compete with Mario and all the colorful Pixar style characters that Nintendo likes to put out. Mm-hmm. They came up with Crash Bandicoot, they came up with Jak. Jak was a very Pixar kind of thing with Jak and Dexter, goofy character that wouldn't talk, over-the-top sidekick, lots of jokes. They decided that they needed him to be edgier. So I believe it was the second game or third game. This says Jak 2, so we'll go with second game. So after the first game was just straightforward platforming awesomeness, great game, one of my all-time favorites as a kid, They came out with Jak 2. And they decided he was going to be edgy, and they're going to put it in an open world, and Jak had the ability to tap into his dark powers and become evil Jak or dark Jak.
I don't see the problem with that because you always need some kind of edginess in the game.
He could also steal cars like in Grand Theft Auto, and he could drive through towns.
That is perfectly reasonable too.
To go from like platforming Crash Bandicoot to GTA dark Jak.
That sounds great to me. Sometimes you just want to improve upon your first title, and I feel like this is an improvement, obviously.
An improvement to go to Jak and Dexter went to GTA.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to disagree hardcore with that.
Okay, that's fine.
We all know Natalie's a little edgier, but...
We all know this, yes.
So this one, I didn't know that well. Number 7 was Contra. The original Contra was 2 heroes with no shirts on shooting aliens.
Yes.
Apparently, and I didn't know this, in the reboot that I never played, the main character had killed his partner, killed off 80% of the Earth's population, and there was no reason for it.
Sometimes you just snap. Like, you don't need a reason.
4/5 of the planet?
I mean, if I had gone through the shit that he's gone through, I would have snapped too.
So you're on board with the like 1980s or 90s like Rambo character turning into like a genocidal monster.
Well, the hell not, dude. It's a fucking video game. Get over it.
Okay.
No, I mean, is there a reason, like a true reason at all?
I read through the article. There did not appear to be a reason that was revealed.
Okay. All right, because I was kind of curious.
And all of his dialogue through the game was all like edgy stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so that's taking a classic title and making it now. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
I don't know who Tomb Raider is. I don't know who Lara Croft is.
I said Lara.
No, I know, but I was making fun
Laura
of you.
Croft.
Oh, sorry, Laura. It's not Lara. It's Laura. Yes.
Lara Croft. Lara Croft. She had her own edgy kind of reboot at one point. So we had Tomb Raider 1.
Let me guess. The reboot did not have as big of a rack as the first one, so people were really upset about it.
No, they rounded it off more.
So they must have been thrilled then, right? In that case.
I mean, they were more realistic, yes.
I mean, then what's the downside about this exactly?
So she's a Tomb Raider, right? She goes into hunting and doing stuff like that. Like she does all the Indiana Jones, basically. Right. Angel of Darkness, which is panned as one of the worst Tomb Raider games ever created, was the first in a trilogy, in which basically she was breaking into a museum at night. She was a cat burglar. She was riding on her motorcycle all the time. This iteration of her, it was supposed to be like a brand new whole point. The intention was to take Lara.
You
almost got me doing it. To a darker, harder, morally ambiguous direction. Foregoing any connection to her Tomb Raiding days, Miss Croft's newfound resourcefulness was supposed to transform her into a character that made her more complex. And she was dealing with inner demons.
I'm failing to understand why this is an issue. Are women not supposed to ride motorcycles and just break into museums? I'm confused.
You know what? You do me a favor. You go get a motorcycle, you break into the museum, and let me know what happens.
Because she's supposed to be tomb raiding? Is that?
Well,
is that
no.
why
The
people
character
are
of
upset?
Lara Croft was like Indiana Jones, more like
Sometimes she just likes to like ride motorcycles and just fucking
break into stuff.
Just bring into
I think
stuff
she had
in
the
her off
motorcycle
time. That's
before,
fine.
but I remember it being in the marketing for this game, like that she was like in the jeans and the leather jacket. And
I mean, that's just, she's not always going to be wearing short shorts like 24/7.
no, I wasn't against that.
I was just saying,
but
like,
they even made her tank top black.
So what? Oh my God. Is she supposed to just have one outfit the entire time?
Yes, it's a video game.
So you're trying to make it more realistic and just have her like.
But they made her edgier.
Oh God damn it! Here
Which
we
brings
go
us
again.
to our next one.
I feel like it's edgier. The edgier, the better. All right.
So you agree with Shadow the Hedgehog?
Absolutely, 100%.
The gun-toting.
Absolutely. Obviously, he snapped as well. I mean, you can see it right there in the picture. I mean, he snapped.
He just snapped. He's like, I'm Shadow.
He was just tired of freaking rolling into a ball, and he was just like, all right, I'm done. Just give me a fucking gun. It's just.
He's greedy. He's a black hedgehog with a gun. And I think he had a motorcycle too. What's with people having motorcycles when they get edgier?
It's just, I don't know. There's just something appealing about just loners that just have their bikes and tattoos.
So you're saying that as a loner, having a bike implies I'm alone because no one could ride with me on the bike.
Have you not watched The Walking Dead? I mean,
That's true. All right, so Shadow the Hedgehog, Bomberman, Act Zero.
What are you going to say about that? Okay.
What do you want me to say about Shadow?
I thought
it's Sonic with a gun.
I thought you were about to explain to me about all these.
There's nothing to explain. They just decided they wanted a moodier Sonic, and they made Shadow. That's it. That's literally it.
So
apparently, he had a rock soundtrack. I kind of would have liked that.
Yeah, see?
A couple of hilariously produced gritty tone somehow
Obviously.
made Shadow even more infamous than he already was. He came across as unnecessarily moody as he attempted to figure out his role in the world that he wasn't quite familiar with.
It just seems like people are just upset because they're like, give me my like bubbly Sonic that
Yes!
I'm used to. I don't like change. I just please.
I like how you're defending all of these.
I mean, it's
Okay.
it's their
Bomberman
vision,
to
you know?
Bomberman Act Zero. Dylan, put the image on screen, what they changed about him. We had this character turned into this guy.
Oh,
The intention was to reinvent the notion of Bomberman overall and craft a story in which the hero would fight his way out of a dark cyberpunk-esque underground installation. The reimagined aesthetic was also done to have the franchise appeal with a more Western market and was always destined to fail. For Bomberman himself, the physical characteristics emit more than a raised eyebrow.
Are you okay?
They removed the anime-inspired cutesy look, and the new Bomberman was a generic, futuristic synthoid grounded in edgy realism.
See, I mean, it's all about edginess, dude.
He wasn't even Bomberman anymore at this point.
Of course he was. He was just more realistic Bomberman.
Okay.
More relatable, maybe.
And this is why I wanted this list.
Oh, here we go.
Devil May Cry to DMC Devil May Cry.
Hey, can we? Well,
You went from...
the DMC fans are they're so hardcore. I can't.
Because
see anything
Dante's an
about it.
amazing protagonist that has no flaws and can do anything, and you turn him into this whiny emo guy in DMC. Gameplay was great. That is not Dante.
Well, I mean, just don't play it then. Play the latest one.
I am, and it's amazing.
And stop crying about it. I mean, there you go. See?
You liked this character, though. You liked DMC's Dante.
I did. But not for the same reasons that you didn't.
What's your reasons?
I mean, you know me. Do I have to explain myself? I don't. At this point, I don't have to explain it to anyone. I mean, they know why I like it.
I think the chat would like you to explain.
Edginess, chat. There you go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not. I wasn't a big fan of the whole whine. I don't think he was that whiny, was he?
He was whiny.
How so?
And then we had Virgil with a bowler hat.
I don't remember him being that whiny.
Yeah, he whined a lot. Just like, leave me alone. I don't want to do this.
You mean like the very first cutscene where he's just like flying through pizza naked?
Right.
Right.
Then the wig falls on him and they're like, haha, DMC fans, screw you.
It was just an Easter egg, Ben. Jesus.
No, that was a middle finger to Dante fans.
Well, I mean,
even our camera guy's nodding at that.
I mean, just skip it. I mean, is what it comes down to. I liked it personally, but honestly, it's all about the kick-ass soundtrack. Honestly,
all right. So when Spyro was reinvented, they tried to make him actually a dragon.
There's nothing wrong with that. Look at this mess right there.
I'll agree with you on this one. Classic Spyro, which is very
He looks
Pixar
cute as
themed,
hell.
and he went over to like a cutie-looking real dragon. I kind of liked that one better. That I could see though why They didn't. It's considered a gritty reboot though, because I mean he is like a Pixar style character, and they tried to make him look like a real dragon.
Okay, all right. First things first. Nowadays, it's all about rebooting. Not rebooting, but like adapting to movies and stuff. So how do you think people are going to react? We're going to react if they had just left Spyro untouched for years and years, and then suddenly they just give you a real looking dragon for the movie.
That'd be cool.
It wouldn't be cool because it looked the same as this. Then you'd be complaining too.
Whatever. I'm agreeing. The Spyro one's not terrible. I don't mind the Spyro one.
Ben. It's just like Sonic. Do you think that let's not talk about the first version of Sonic, but the one
teeth
and legs for days. He had better legs than me. Can you imagine?
In his eyes, there are teeth and eyes.
What the fuck? It's just sorry, you could kind of throw me off here. I mean, Sonic people would have been reacting the same way as well, with the way that it looked on screen. Yeah. I think it's a really good adaptation, and I think if you made Spyro look like this in a movie, it would be perfectly fine too.
Like a dragon.
Yeah,
Rawr.
It's supposed to be a dragon.
Maybe Spyro will join in the next Sonic game.
It's possible.
Show.
Crossover.
Whatever they're gonna do for Sonic, I don't even know.
Sure, a sequel.
That.
Right.
All right, so last on our list is the Prince of Persia series, which I was a huge fan of the original 3, and then they tried to reboot it.
What's wrong with that?
So Prince of Persia is a great game. Sands of Time brought us a world full of bright aesthetics, accompanied by vibrant visuals of the fictional Arabian backdrop.
That's basically Aladdin if he wasn't weighed down by Jasmine.
But he had the ability to rewind time, so that made all of the I got you.
Sorry.
But he had the ability to rewind time, so you could do a lot of puzzles that way. And that was his whole thing. Rewind, fast forward.
Of course.
Warrior Within, which was it the third? I think that might have been the third one.
One of them is Sands of Time, right?
Sands of Time is the first one.
Yes.
I'm going to look it up real fast. Prince of Persia. I'm surprised they haven't rebooted this, actually. Because it's such a great series.
It's only a matter of time.
Sands of Time series, trilogy. There we go. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. That was it. And Forgotten Sands. And then they did try a remake. I remember them attempting a remake at one point. Was it Forgotten Sands? No, it was that weird cartoony one. Remember? I played it briefly.
Briefly? No, I don't at all.
Maybe they consider it a separate one. Maybe it's not in this franchise listing. Anyway, we'll go back to what they're saying about it. Warrior Within leaves most of the recognized characteristics behind. Only the look of the prince, who, captivating and witty in his own right, suddenly became more violent, more menacing, and more moody. And he did. They even had like a demon trapped in him. That was the whole point of that. Ubisoft intended for him to appear more mature to older audiences, but this probably backfired due to the unwarranted, grittier direction. Warrior Within was the consummate tough guy with little to no personality, which is only reinforced by the heavy metal songs that would play over the combat sequences. It all felt totally unnecessary as fans and critics alike, although noting gameplay improvements, both longed for the overall tone to return to what catapulted the IP into mainstream recognition. Instead of taking the prince to more fantasy-driven heights as fans had hoped for in the sequel, Warrior Within plunged him into a metaphorical and literal darkness. The Two Thrones managed to strike a good balance between the two iterations of the prince that we knew, and thankfully closed out the overall arc in a satisfying, warm note. I remember playing this whole franchise. At the time, I really liked Warrior Within. I was like, oh, cool, he's getting all edgy. Look, oh, I'm evil.
So you liked him being
I did
evil
like
there.
Warrior Within. I did.
What the hell, then?
I don't know. So I kind of disagree with that one. But I could see the difference, so... I'm trying to show you how evil it was. Warrior Within, like dark it looked.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure it's not that evil. It's not that evil. I see butt.
You see? I see butt. You know what? Let's go ahead and just end on that note.
I mean, look at this.
Man. I know. It's what you guys don't see. And Dylan, if you want to pull up this image, we went to YouTube, we searched Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. The third thumbnail down is all cutscenes, and it's literally just a butt.
I mean, that's one way to draw the viewers, in, for sure.
You want to click it?
Well, no, because it's going to be like 1 second somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find it. Anyway, guys, as Natalie is looking for the butts.
The butt is coming.
The butt is coming. Thank you guys for joining us in today's Listcussion. We do these. We're going to try to make this an every Friday thing as we pepper in other content around all of these. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give us some lists down below that you'd like to see us do. Let us know what you think about all of these dark and gritty reboots. What did you think about these franchises? And don't forget, if you want to talk to Natalie about each and every one of these games and the butt that she's seeing on screen.
No, dude.
You don't want the butt?
No.
Go find her at twitch.tv/Yorcia. Yorcia. And you can find me.
You do realize it's on the screen probably, right?
Well, it is, but I'm spelling it out for everyone who's listening.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Like we've done this a lot. And you can find me over at twitch.tv/eligible-monster. I stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, and she streams every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday afternoon.
That's correct.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
I play a lot of Final Fantasies and MMOs. She plays a lot of dark and gritty butt games.
Butt games.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure all your Dark Souls characters have butts.
Dark Souls mods, yes. No.
Is there a mod where
Not
it's just
many
butt?
of them. I mean, I can bring it up to someone who wants to make it.
I need
into
a
that.
butt mod.
Sure, a butt mod, yeah.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time right here.
Thank you.